Recognize Mr. Gomez for 5 minutes to speak on the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I want to offer my support to Mr. Hort's for amendment to extend the advanced premium tax credit to ensure millions of Americans still can afford health care in this country. I grew up without health insurance, so I know a lot of what it's like. I know what the decisions parents have to make when somebody gets sick. When I was about 7 years old, I ended up getting sick with pneumonia. But my parents didn't know it was pneumonia. My parents actually had to see if I got worse or I got better. That's the kind of decision that parents are making. They're seeing, okay, they have a fever, they have a cough, but can we avoid going to the hospital? Can we avoid going and taking on those expenses? If can we avoid those expenses just but with a little bit of home remedy, some luck? And that is kind of what a lot of parents do. But in my situation, I ended up getting pneumonia, went to the hospital, spent a week in the hospital, and that 1 week stay almost bankrupted my family. That 1 week stay almost bankrupted my family because I went through the ER, and you know how that expensive that is. Ended up getting checked in, and then my parents missed shifts from work because they didn't want me to be by myself. They wanted somebody to be there every single day, and my parents worked 4-6 jobs a week to make ends meet. We still didn't have health insurance. So back in the day, if you weren't on Medicaid or Medi-Cal, you had to put down something as collateral. My parents put down their house. So we almost lost our house back then. So families, that's the kind of decisions they make. And the good doctor over here talks about less is more. Well, yeah, less is more. Less healthcare coverage means more people that will end up in the emergency room, costing the American taxpayers more, costing them a hell of a lot more. That means that also that we're gonna have people that might be sick, but instead of going in right away to get treated for stage 1 cancer, they show up with stage 4 cancer. Or the mother who is pregnant and is having issues, gonna show up to the hospital later, and maybe she will lose the baby because she doesn't have health care. So your less does cost people more. Your less is gonna cost people their lives. Your less is gonna make our country sicker. And here's the thing. Some things that are beyond people's control, it's just in their genes. Earlier in the year, I haven't told this to many people publicly, but I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I don't look that heavy. It's just something that runs in my family. And what I had to do is I had to first get over the shock of having type 2 diabetes, get it under control. And how do you get it under control? Insulin, number 1. You have to start taking shots to reduce the amount of sugar that's in your blood. Do it as quickly as possible. Number 2, you're on metformin to reduce the amount of glucose that's coming in your body. And because I literally quit all sugar, quit pastries, even though I love pan dulce as much as anybody else. I quit any form of 1 glass of alcohol, quit that as well. And I was able to get my tests under control. But then they put me on something called Jardiance, which a lot of people who are diabetic, type 2, have to be on. That just by itself, with insurance, costs $120 for a 90-day supply. $120 for a 100-day supply, for a 90-day supply. So here's the thing. Your less is more is gonna cost people their lives. It's gonna make them sicker. I'm fortunate that I have a job with health care. But if you take away these subsidies, there are people that are not gonna be able to get their diabetes medicine. They're not gonna be able to get their insulin. There are gonna be people that are gonna have to go in and get their limb chopped off because they have no way to control their diabetes. So yes, less Medicaid, less ACA coverage, less means more people that suffer. I wish you would take that same logic, less is more, and apply it to the tax breaks that you're giving to the billionaires and the ultra-rich in this country. Tell them less is more. We're going to give you less breaks so we can give more to everybody else. But you won't do that. Then that's why this whole committee,
The gentleman's
this
time has
bill is a
expired.
fraud. With that, I yield back.